In other news, Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin has pledged to deepen their strategic partnership in Beijing on Thursday in a talk show of their growing alignment as Moscow's troops advance in Ukraine. President Putin's delegation includes top defense and security officials. They were welcomed by Xi Jinping to Beijing's Great Hall of the People earlier with full military pageantry. In fact, kick-starting start of the Russian president's two-day state visit. Faiz Khan of DD India gets us this report.
Russia's President Vladimir Putin arrived in Beijing on Thursday for a two-day state visit to China. Choosing China for his inaugural foreign visit since his new term as Russian president, Putin vowed to increase the influence of the two countries in the world. The two sides are expected to hold talks on Ukraine, Asia and energy sector.
We
will continue to act in unison for the successful development of the two countries, prosperity of the two people, to increase the authority and influence of Russia and China in the world.
Two countries signed and issued a joint statement on deepening China and Russia's comprehensive strategic partnership. They also agreed to deepen their strategic partnership and slammed the United States for threatening their countries.
We jointly signed and issued a joint statement of the People's Republic of China and the Russian Federation on deepening China and Russia's comprehensive strategic partnership in the new era on the occasion of the 75th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations.
The joint statement also spoke of concerns about US efforts to violate the strategic nuclear balance, about global US missile defense that threatened Russia and China, and about US plans for high-precision non-nuclear weapons. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken last month urged China to drop its support for Russia's conflict with Ukraine. But Putin and Xi's signing of strategic partnership sent to the US on Beijing's bias towards Moscow. In a joint presser with Xi, Putin called 2024 the year of a Russo-Chinese cultural cooperation. Meanwhile, Xi said that he and Putin discussed ways to bolster ties in multiple areas. Earlier, the Chinese president said that both sides agreed that a political settlement to the Ukraine crisis was the right decision. Faiz Khan reporting for DD India.
Russia, meanwhile, has intensified its efforts to capture a strategic Ukrainian village as part of their ongoing military operations, coinciding with President Putin's and Xi Jinping's deepening their partnership and issuing a joint statement on the crisis. Amid the offensive, Ukrainian President Zelensky visited Kharkiv to meet with his military officials. And while following the US pledge of $2 billion in military aid, NATO's Rob Boer has assured further support for Ukraine in Brussels.
In the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict, Russian forces, as part of their ongoing military operations in the region, are intensifying their efforts to capture a strategic Ukrainian village and claim to have destroyed 11 Ukrainian sea drones in the Black Sea that were headed for Crimea on Thursday. This escalation coincides with a significant development on the international stage where Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping are deepening their diplomatic relations. Amid a raging Russian offensive in the north, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky traveled to the city of Kharkiv and held meetings with the military on Thursday.
I would like to ask you to on-post to all your fellow soldiers in the 92nd Brigade my gratitude for not letting the enemy go forward. You are great soldiers. I also want to thank you all, other soldiers and brigades, for defending their homes, all Ukraine. Today it is this important area.
While a day after the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken made the remark that his country will provide Ukraine with $2 billion in foreign military financing, NATO Military Committee Chief Rob Boer on Thursday at a meeting in Brussels assured more help to Ukraine.
Today is the 813th day of what Russia thought would be a 3-day war. Ukraine has demonstrated to the world that it has the ability to achieve unprecedented success on the battlefield. There is nothing they cannot do. All they need is our help. Luckily, more help is on the way.
As tensions escalate and diplomatic maneuvers unfold, the fate of Ukraine hangs in the balance with military assistance from Western allies and ongoing negotiations between global powers. Rabindra Chauhan's report for DD India.